This is Mr. Islam Yusuf. In this tutorial we'll know how to solve the inequality involving the absolute value. As we said before, the absolute value is the distance between any number and 0. Now we need to solve the inequality. For the first one, we have the absolute value of m plus 2 less than 11. To solve this inequality, we'll divide it in two parts. The first part, we'll write the expression inside the absolute value as it is and keep the sign of the inequality less than 11. The second part will be m plus 2 is more than, we change the sign of the inequality and it changes the sign of the right hand side. So now by subtracting 2, so m less than 11 minus 2, which equals to 9. And m by subtracting 2, so m is more than negative 13. There is a number less than 9 and more than negative 13, so m is more than negative 13 and less than 9. So the solution now will be, that's negative 13 and that's positive 9. Both of them are open and they will share the part between them. So if the sign of the inequality is less than positive number, it means the solution now will be lies between two numbers. Number 2, the absolute value of n minus 2 less than or equal to 2. By the same way, we'll divide it in two parts. So n minus 8 less than or equals 2, and n minus 8 is more than or equal, then it changes the sign, which is negative 2. By adding 8, so n less than or equals 10, and n more than or equal to positive 6. There is a number more than or equal positive 6 and less than 10, so we can write as n more than or equal 6 and less than or equal 10. And that is the graph of the solution. That's 6 and that's 10. 6 and 10, both of them are closed. Then we'll share the part between them. Number 3, the absolute value of 2c minus 5 less than negative 3. As we said before, the absolute value is the distance between any number and 0. And the distance must be a positive value or equal to 0. So we can say the absolute value of any expression less than a negative number. So if you find that the absolute value is less than any negative number, it means this expression has no solution. But if you find that the absolute value of 2c minus 5 is more than negative 3, as we know that the absolute value must be positive or equal to 0, and positive and 0, all of them are more than any negative number. So if we find more than and a negative number, it means the solution now will be all real number. So if less than any negative, the solution will be has no solution. More than any negative number, it means all real number. In this problem, we need to solve each inequality, then graph the solution. For the first one, we have the absolute value of 3n plus 6 more than or equal to 12. So by the same way, we have 3n plus 6 is more than or equals to 12. 3n plus 6 is less than or equal to negative 12. By subtracting 6, so 3n is more than or equal 6. 3n is less than or equal to negative 18. Dividing by 3, so n is more than or equals 2 and n less than or equal to negative 6. There is no number more than 2 and less than negative 6. So the solution now will be, that's negative 6 and that's 2. Negative 6 will be closed and also 2 will be closed. But for negative 6, I need all of the values which are before negative 6 and all of the values which are after 2. Because n is more than 2 and less than negative 6. So if you find that the absolute value is more than or equal, you will find that the shaded part will be the outer part. If you find the absolute value is less than, it means you will find the solution between the two numbers. Number 2, the absolute value of 2k plus 1 is more than 7. By the same way we'll solve, we have 2k plus 1 is more than 7. 2k plus 1 less than negative 7. By subtracting 1, then 2k more than 6 and 2k less than negative 8. Dividing by 2, So k is more than 3 and k less than negative 4. There is no number more than 3 and less than negative 4. So the solution now will be that's negative 4 open, and I need all of the values which are before negative 4, and that 3 will be open. I need all of the values which are after 3. The absolute value of r minus 6 more than or equal to negative 5. As we said before, if we find more than any negative number, it means the solution now would be all real number, because all of the values of the absolute value will be more than or equal to 0, and 0 is more than any negative number. All of the values of the absolute value will be more than any negative number.